Hey gang, Tony here with my morning cup of joe and this week's movie roundup. So I'm going to get started right away. I didn't watch as many movies this week because I was watching some old TV shows. So I'll tell you a little about that too. Even though I know I call it movie roundup, I know it's a movie roundup, but I might as well tell you. Might have to change it to entertainment roundup or something, I don't know. Alright, so last night I watched the Baytown Outlaws. The only person I remember being in it was Billy Bob Thornton, and he had kind of a supporting role. He wasn't a main character. It was like a shoot-'em-up movie, you know. It was about these three brothers who were pretty much hired killers, who are hired killers, and they go around killing people. But it's one of those kind of anti-hero sort of deals, and we do eventually kind of root for them. It was alright. I don't know. Probably like 5, maybe 4.5 stars out of 10. Definitely not going to necessarily watch it again. It felt like kind of a... it just wasn't that good. It was okay. It was good for what it was. If you're in the mood for kind of like an action, overly gory, shoot 'em up sort of movie, it was alright. Next up is Frank, Baytown Outlaws was a Netflix DVD that was shipped to me. Frank is on Netflix Instant. This one I highly recommend if you're into sort of thought-provoking indie comedies. This one is about a struggling keyboard player who is invited to join a band on tour. And he is not really sure what to expect because the vocalist, the singer of the band that he joins, wears this giant papier-mâché head all the time, like never takes it off. And it's pretty quirky. It's fun. The music in it is actually really cool. I enjoyed the songs that they played and everything. And yeah, I just highly recommend it. Just a really good movie. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Probably like, realistically, probably an 8 out of 10, maybe even 7 out of 10, but just a really fun movie to watch if you're into that kind of movie. I watched Housebound again. I actually watched that before, but I liked it a lot, and I decided I want to watch it again, so I did. That's that New Zealand movie, a horror movie where the main character, I wish I could remember character names. I'm so bad at that. But the main character is given house arrest at her mom's house after trying to rob an ATM machine, and weird stuff starts happening. They think the house is haunted, and it's just a really good movie. It's a lot of fun. So definitely recommend that one as well. I finally saw Annabelle. I got Housebound is Netflix Instant. Annabelle was Redbox. And, you know, I didn't rush out to see this one because I kind of knew it wasn't going to be that great. It's alright, you know. I don't think people understand, like, in The Conjuring, the reason the Annabelle portion of that movie was so loved and people like really kind of like went head over heels about the Annabelle doll in The Conjuring. That was like, oh my god, it's great, right? The reason it was effective and worked was because it was given the amount of screen time that it deserved. It doesn't need a full movie, frankly, and it was given the amount of screen time it needed, and it was like, kind of teased a little bit. That you get just enough, and then it leaves you wanting. So everyone's like, oh, I want... And then, of course, the fucking Hollywood people, oh, well, look, we can make another movie based on this, and people will go see it. So they took it, and they made another movie that just, you know, I mean, it just didn't really need to be made. You know, I read some things that said that there wasn't enough of the doll in this movie, that it wasn't really about the doll, you know, whatever. Who knows? But, at the end of the day, it was, you know, worth a watch. Why not? It's a horror movie. It was made well enough. So I'm not like hating on it too hard. It was probably like a 6 out of 10 for me, 6.5 out of 10. Not gonna revisit it at any time, but definitely worth, like, you know, if you're in the mood for a horror movie. It's not the worst one in the world. And finally, in the movie section, I saw Dracula Untold. This was another one that I wasn't exactly running out to watch, but then a couple of people told me that it wasn't that bad. So I said, well, why not? Give it a shot. This one was also from Redbox. And I agree, it wasn't that bad. They take a slightly more historical view of Dracula. Of course, it's not really, but they try to make it seem that way. And I don't really have much to say about it. It was an action movie with some horror elements. It was, again, probably... It definitely has to be a little less than Annabelle. Annabelle was better than that, so it has to be, I guess, around like a 6 or maybe 5.5 stars. Worth a watch. Again, worth a watch. You know, if you're looking for a movie, it's not the worst choice in the world. The acting was on point, but not spectacular. Just not bad. The plot was alright. You know, the what they decided to do with the Dracula tale was interesting. So, there you go. And they set it up for sequels. I don't know if they're going to do it or not, but it seemed like they were setting it up for sequels. Okay. And then I did watch a lot of... So those were all the movies I watched. There's only 5 movies this week, which for me is not that much. Because I watch a lot of movies. But that's because I was catching up on Mad Men. I saw that they put Season 7, Part 1 on Netflix, so I banged my way through those, and they were, you know, it's Mad Men, so. And then I started watching Sliders again, because that's on Netflix. I don't know if you guys remember Sliders from the early 90s-ish, I think, mid-90s maybe, with Jerry O'Connell, and they basically, like, he invents this portal, a wormhole, and it takes them through parallel dimensions of Earth. And, you know, it's like a Monster of the Week sort of thing, only instead of a monster, it's like an Earth of the Week. So every week it's a different Earth that they're on, and they have different things that they have to, you know, fight their way through. It's a fun show. I really like. I used to watch it when I was younger, and I saw that movie Parallels that's on Netflix Instant that reminded me of Sliders, and then I saw Sliders is on there, so I'm watching that now. Why the fuck not? Sorry. Also, I'm planning on watching the X-Files. You know, honestly, I never watched the full series when I was younger. I caught episodes now and then. I wasn't, like, invested in it, really. And apparently they're making a new 6-episode miniseries with David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson. So I figure, you know, well, now as good as time as any to go back, revisit the series, watch the entire thing, and get myself ready for this new miniseries. I have seen the movies. I just was never like. I don't think I watched too much TV when that was on. Is the problem? I used to read a lot more than I watched TV, so I should do that again. Anyway, that is the movie roundup for this week. I hope you guys enjoy. I'm thinking about maybe not continuing to do these. I noticed that this particular series doesn't get quite as many views as some of the other stuff I do. So let me know if you want me to keep doing these. You know, if it's something that you guys don't really watch or like, I'll stop doing it. So let me know. I hope everyone's having a good day. I may shoot a couple more videos today. We'll see how it goes. Breathe deeper than that. I'll check you guys later. Bye.